All right, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar at the Lions Den Camp located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And like always, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High in the true Hebrew names and in the Hebrew tongue. All right, so call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem. All right, Ha Rakah, Kodash, Shema Maf. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Double honors to the elder at this camp as well, Harawan. And Shalom to you, brothers and sisters, pushing and keeping this truth and faith and sincerity into the end. All right. So this is gonna be a lesson on changing your mind, and your heart towards Yahweh Shemi Shah and like away from this world, man, the things of this world. All right. So that I'm gonna hop right into it. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that, knowing the time that is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light," man. All right. So going to verse 11, it says, "And that knowing the time, that it is high time to awake out of sleep," man. All right. So, 2/3 of our people, they still spiritually sleep, man, not woken up to this truth, man. All right, but it said it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe, man. All right, because these prophecies popping off, man, is getting closer and closer to the end of this thing, man. So the Lord is telling 2/3 of our people, to wake up out of their sleep, man, wake up out of their slumber, that spiritual slumber, man, and be awoken into this the truth of these scriptures, man, and to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. All right, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe, man. You know, to some it may seem far off, and what we speaking may seem far off, but the scripture tell you that it's nearer than we believe, man. Destruction and salvation could come tomorrow, man, or next week. The way these prophecies popping off, man. Our salvation is nearer than we believe, man. So it's time to it's time to wake up out of that sleep, man, and to come into this truth, man, and the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shah, and worship and call on that name and have faith in that name. All right, it says, "The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light." All right. So lucky. So it says, "Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light." You know, and that's what 2/3 of our people are failing to do, man. To cast off those works of darkness, and take up that armor of light. And that, light being a knowledge and wisdom and understanding of these scriptures, man. And the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. But they still casting out those, or they are still dwelling in those works of darkness, man. Following the ways of Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, the ways of this world, or these other nations, these false religions and beliefs, and philosophies, and whatever the case may be, man. Doing any and everything but hearkening to the word of the Lord, man. So they are still dwelling in those works of darkness, man. But this lesson is going into changing your heart and your mind, because you got to cast off those works of darkness, man. Change your heart from that darkness to the light, from the world to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, from the flesh to the spirit, man. All right. With that, I'm gonna proceed. The next precept is kind of the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And it says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of Yahweh," man. All right. So it says, "And be not conformed to this world." But 2/3 of our people, that's exactly what they are. They are conformed to the ways of the world, man. You know, and if you're dwelling in the world, what I'm saying, you can't dwell in the spirit, man. If the world is taking up all of your thoughts and your actions, it's no room for the spirit, man. All right, and it says, "But be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." All right, just going back to the title of this lesson, man, changing your mind, changing your heart. All right, and that's how you transform, by the renewing of your mind, man. putting off that old man and taking up that new man. All right, renewing your mind with this knowledge and wisdom and understanding of these scriptures, man, the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God, man. You know, because if you well, nah, that precept coming later, so I'm gonna keep going. All right, but just our people got to change their minds and their hearts, man, from the ways of this world and the lies that we have been um conditioned and pretty much brainwashed to believe since we was kids, man. We got to change our hearts and our minds from these things, man, and be renewed through Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, in these scriptures, the knowledge and wisdom of these scriptures, man, because the scriptures tell you, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, man. All right, the knowledge and wisdom of these scriptures, man, and knowing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is the only way to be set free, man, spiritually, and then ultimately, physically, man, when the Lord, you know what I'm saying, gives us salvation from this place, man. All right, so this is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 8. All right, and it says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. All right, because to dwell in the flesh, man, and be concerned with, carnal and fleshly things is ultimately death, man, because those are things dealing with the world, and ultimately this place is going to be destroyed, man, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, man. To have your heart and mind set on the spirit, set on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, set on these scriptures, man, and the prophecies, that's life and peace, man. Because hopefully Yahweh Tazah, you'll be part of that number, man, that hopeful elect, that 144,000, man. All right, and you see that true life and peace, man, ultimately that salvation. All right, and it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. All right, so the carnal mind is enmity against the Lord, man. As I stated earlier, man, if you dwelling in the flesh, if you dwelling carnally, man, you can't. There's no room for the spirit, man. All right, because of the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Roughly paraphrasing, man. So it's a constant war. So if you choosing to dwell in the fleshly and in the carnal, man, there's no room left for the spirit. All right, so that carnal mind is enmity against the Lord, man. So that's why going back, again to the topic of the lesson, man, 2/3 of our people got to change their hearts and their minds, man, towards the Lord, And in verse 8 it says, so then they that are in flesh cannot please Yahweh. All right, so dwelling in the flesh, dwelling in carnality, dwelling in the world, you cannot please Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Because it just told you that the carnal mind is enmity against the Lord, man. All right, so that's why it's important for our people to change their hearts and our minds away from this world, in the way of the darkness and wickedness of this world, to that marvelous light, this knowledge and wisdom, understanding of these scriptures, man, and the one true God, our God, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, because that salvation is drawing near, man. These prophecies kicking off, man. Things are heating up, getting closer and closer into the end, man. All right, next precept coming out of the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, starting at verse 17. And it reads, this I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their minds. All right, so being in this truth, we walk not as the Gentiles walk, man. We walk as the prophets walk. We strive to walk as Yahweh shall walk, man, righteously, but 2/3 of our people, they're still walking as the Gentiles walk, man. These other nations, they following after these other nations, man. They envying their oppressor and choosing their ways, but the scriptures tell us not to do that and warns us against doing that, man. All right, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their hearts, man. All right, and that exactly, man, 2/3 of our people, their understanding have been darkened, man, because they choose to dwell in darkness and carnality in the world, being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance, all right, that is in them, man. You know, and going back to the book of Hosea, man, it says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. You know, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, because of their ignorance that is in them, man. Because of the blindness of their hearts. All right. You know, just ultimately going back to 2/3, you know, gotta change their hearts and their minds, man, towards Yahweh Shem Yahweh, are into these scriptures, man, and let go of, you know, that worldly knowledge and that worldly wisdom, man, because that is ignorance. The scriptures tell you that, man, that the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Lord, you know, and ultimately having our people walking around asleep, man, spiritually asleep and spiritually blind and deaf, man, to what is true and what is real, you know, meaning these scriptures, man, this knowledge and wisdom, understanding of these scriptures and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm gonna jump down to verse 22. Salaki. All right, in verse 22 it says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, man. All right, so going along with changing your heart and your mind, you put off that old man, man. You know, before you found out about this truth, man. You know, this knowledge and wisdom and understanding of these scriptures, man. Before you found out the you know, the Lord is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, man, whose name is Yahweh, and the Yahweh Shah Salakia, and his father's name being Yahweh. All right, before you found out the prophecies, man, that this place is going to be destroyed. You know, why would you want to be a part of that? So it says that he put off the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, man. All right, because his flesh, you know, is corrupt, man. Dwelling in this world and carnality, you know, that's being corrupt. And it's according to deceitful lust. You know, people, 2/3 of our people are just walking around pleasing the flesh, man, rather than the spirit. All right. And it says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, man. You know, again, going back to the topic of the lesson, man, changing your heart and your mind. All right. And be renewed, you know, be made anew, man. And that you put on the new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness, man. All right. You want that renewed spirit, man. You want to dwell in that new man, you know, dwelling in righteousness and holiness to the best of your abilities, man. You know, because that's what it's all about. You know, and that's what the Lord is looking for, man. You know, but 2/3 of our people, some hear this word and, you know, still not apply it to their life, man. But I think in the book of James, I may be wrong, you know, but it states that being a hearer of the word and not a doer, you only deceiving your own self, man. All right, so you got to actually apply this word, this knowledge and wisdom and understanding and the knowledge of these scriptures to your life, man, and make that change in heart and in mind. You know, you got to put off that old man. You got to and take up that new man. You know, you got to uh allow that the light to shine away that darkness, man. You know. You know, so that was just a you know, a quick lesson going into, man, changing your heart and your mind, man. You know, walking upright, you know, in regards to this truth, man, and the Lord. All right, and with that, I'm gonna say shalom.